Have a nice day. Today is Tuesday, 28th of February 2023. This day is celebrated as National Science Day in India on 28th February each year to mark the discovery of the Raman effect by Indian physicist Dr. Sir C.V. Raman on 28th February, whose full name is actually Dr. Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman, 1928. For his discoveries, Sir C.V. Raman was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu, status that exit polls predict hung a house in Meghalaya, NDP BJP win in Nagaland, and emergence of Tripura Mohta as kingmaker in Tripura. Voters stand in the queue to cast their vote for Tripura Assembly elections. Tripura Mohta President Bijoy Kumar Rangwal had told before the elections that in case of hung house, his party would consider supporting any party which considered or furthered its demand for separate Tripura land state. The Hindu newspaper also states that 1983 World Cup win changed India's sporting destiny. Malini Parthasarathai. In the 40th year of the famous victory, Kapil Dev and members of his team were honored at the Supporter Star Access Award 2023. The Hindu chairperson, Dr. Malini Parthasarathi and 1983 Cricket World Cup winners during the Sports Star Access Award on February 27, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Assembly elections 2023 Meghalaya recorded 77.55% polling. It is 85% in Nagaland. Meghalaya and Nagaland averaged more than 81% of polling in the Assembly elections held on Friday. Polling in the two northern states was peaceful, bearing some stray incidents of violence. Police personnel stand guard as voters wait in a queue to cast their vote for Nagaland Assembly elections at a polling station in Mokokchung on February 27, 2023. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that history can't haunt present, no bigotry in Hinduism. Supreme Court. Justice Nagarandhana said invasions were a historical fact which cannot be wished away, and wondered whether there were no other problems that the country could focus on. The Supreme Court bench said that the history of an Indian nation cannot haunt the present and future generations, to the point that succeeding generations become prisoners of the past. Indian Express also states that excise policy probe Manish Sisodia sent to Central Bureau of Investigation custody for 5 days. The CBI is investigating illegal irregularities in the now scrapped Delhi excise policy. On August 17, the Central Bureau of Investigation filed an FIR in the case, and 2 days later raided 21 locations in Delhi, including Sisodia's house. Sisodia is among 15 booked in the CBI FIR, being 3 excise department officials and several vendors and distributors. Indian Express also states that Australia's Deakin University to become the first foreign university to set up a campus in India. An official announcement of Deakin's intention to open its first offshore campus in Gift City will be made on March 8 during the Australian Prime Minister Antonio Norman Albanese's visit to Ahmedabad. Deakin is ranked 266th in the QS World University rankings and features among the top 50 young universities in the world. Deakin is ranked 266th in the QS World University ranking and features among the top 50 young universities in the world. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Kashmiri Pandits killing sparks outrage across Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmiri Pandits recruited under PM's employment package in Kashmir push for safe relocation in Jammu on Monday. Hindustan Times also states that very valuable that Modi Xi Jinping opposed nuclear weapons. CIA chief, Central Intelligence Agency Director William Burns. Hindustan Times also states that Meghalaya CM Konark Sangma's a big hint after exit polls predict a hung assembly. Meghalaya counterpart Konark Sangma right with his Assam counterpart Himanta Biswa Sarma. Going towards the economy of the country, bank credit growth drops to 16.8% in October-December. Reserve Bank of India. Growth in credit led by bank branches in the metropolitan centers, which account for nearly 60% of the total credit by scheduled commercial banks, and recorded 17.2% rise in leading public sector banks increased their credit portfolio by 15.7% during the calendar year 2022, 4.7% in 2021. Corresponding growth for private sector bank, however, remained higher at 19.1%, 13.1% in the year earlier, as the Reserve Bank said. Farbindia shelves $482 million IPO due to rough market conditions. Apparel retailer Farbindia on Monday said it has withdrawn its $40 billion rupees 40 billion, that is $482.4 million initial public offering aimed rough market conditions, become the latest company to scrap listing plans as interest rate worries pressure stock markets. JLX, Snapdeal, and Boat have all pulled their IPOs due to uncertain market conditions. Farbindia withdraws its rupees 40 billion, that is $482.4 million initial public offering aimed at rough market conditions. Air India's order for 470 jets at least list price of $70 billion. Tata Group owner Air India's order for record 470 aircraft from Airbus and Boeing Co. will be at a list price of $70 billion, Chief Executive Campbell Wilson said on Friday 27, as the airlines seeks opportunities to expand in long-haul international. Air India had previously announced provisional deals for 220 planes for Boeing and 250 from Airbus in historic order. Air India's order from Airbus and Boeing Co. is listed at $70 billion. Going towards the world news, including COVID-19 likely to come from lab leak in China, says new report citing US Energy Department. United Kingdom government inks deal with the European Union to resolve trade dispute with the Northern Ireland. Legal age rises to 18 in England and Wales to crack down on forced marriage. Former Nepal Prime Minister Oli's party to withdraw support to Prachanda-led government in Nepal. Over 2 dozen Pakistanis drowned in Italy migrant shipwreck, PM Shahbaz Sharif. Going towards the science and technology, including a last-minute problem keeps SpaceX rocket astronaut grounded. Last-minute technical trouble forced SpaceX to call off Monday's attempt to launch 4 astronauts to the ISS for NASA. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket with the crew capsule Endeavour sits on a pad 39A after the launch attempt was scrambled at the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida, early Monday, February 27, 2023. Nokia changes iconic logo to signal strategy shift. Nokia announced plans on Sunday to change its brand identity for the first time in nearly 60 years, complete with a new logo as the telecom equipment maker focuses on aggressive growth. The new logo comprises 5 different shapes of forming the word Nokia. A mock-up of the new Nokia logo is seen in this handout image released on February 26, 2023. Physicists find the first law of thermodynamics is even more useful than thought. Physicists from the West Virginia University have provided new insight into the first law of thermodynamics. An improved understanding of the law will also have the other applications from low temperature plasmas to the evolution of galaxies. Here is a complete image representation. Viruses in Cambodian bird flu, a case is identified as endemic clade. The viruses that infected two people in Cambodia with H5N1 avian influenza have been identified as the endemic clade bird flu circulating in the country, the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) said. The case reported the last week had raised concerns they were caused by new strain of H5N1 clade 2.3.4.4b. Ducks swim in a pond in Sonoa village from the outside of Phnom Penh, Cambodia, Thursday, February 23, 2023. An 11-year-old girl in Cambodia has died from bird flu, in the country's first known human H5N1 infection since 2014, health officials said Wednesday, February 22, 2023. At last, there's a famous quotation by a famous scientist known by his famous name Albert Einstein, who was a German-born theoretical physicist, widely acknowledged to be one of the greatest and the most influential physicists of all time. Einstein is best known for developing the theory of relativity, but he also made important contribution into the development of the theory of quantum mechanics. He states that learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Okay, thank you.